Welcome everyone to German Tool Reviews. Today we have the Stahlwille 10/8 8-piece double-ended open-end spanner wrench set. I've always heard about the great quality of Stahlwille tools, but they were usually out of my price range as they are on the high end of the spectrum. However, I was able to get a great deal off this 8-piece set off Amazon of all places, so I finally took the plunge. These are still in stock at the writing of this review. There's a link in the description if you're interested in picking up the set. These wrenches are from the Stahlwille 10 series of 15-degree double open-ended spanners. They conform to the DIN 3110 and ISO 10102 standards. The set came in a shrink wrap package, which is great because it reduces the waste that you would get from bulky packaging. The total weight of the package is quite light for a set containing 8 wrenches, as it only comes in around 750 grams or about 1.65 pounds. Opening up the case, we see a 4-fold canvas holder secured with a couple of hook and loop strips. There is a flap with the Stahlwille logo that prevents the wrenches from leaving the pouch during transit. However, it is possible that the smaller wrenches can slip out from their compartments, but it would be unlikely for them to fall out. First thing you notice is that there is actually a pocket for an additional wrench. There is a 10/9 set that includes 9 wrenches, so they must have used the same pouch for both sets. The pockets for the wrenches are made out of a netting material that makes it very easy to see the wrench sizes. The canvas holder does feel of very good quality and is a nice feature to have. There are a couple of other sets that they offer with similar pouch. The sizes included with this set are 6mm through 22mm, with the exception of a 21mm wrench. The biggest wrench is actually 20mm on one side and 22 on the other. Each wrench is stamped with Stahlwille Motor 10 on one side and Chrome Alloy Steel Germany on the other side. Both sides are also stamped with the wrench size. When you pick up these wrenches, you can just feel they're of high quality. Everything from the finish to the edge detail are exceptional. There isn't a sharp edge on any of the wrenches. Also, when you pick up the wrenches, you will be surprised at how light they are. Take for example this Craftsman 10mm 11mm that I've had since I was in high school. The Stahlwille counterpart is actually longer, but is 3 grams lighter than the Craftsman. This is probably due to the Stahlwille being thinner and have a concave cavity in the handle. The concave cavity is actually by design. It is called a double T profile by Stahlwille, which allows for a thin profile but strong enough to resist bending. I closely examined all the wrenches and did see one imperfection on the smallest 6mm 7mm wrench. It looks like there is a chip on the chrome plating on one side. Looking at it under extreme magnification, it looks to be possibly a bubble that formed during the plating. As you can see, part of the plating is still lifted very slightly on one edge. I did not see any flakes in the packaging, so it was probably already chipped when it was put into the holder. Sort of disappointing to see this on a high-end wrench, but it is possible that this is an acceptable imperfection when it goes through the final quality assurance process. Other than that small imperfection, the rest of the wrenches were impeccable. Looking at the lettering, you can tell a lot of machining went into making the forging dies. You can even clearly see the draft angle applied to each of the letters. Usually for steel, this is only 5 to 7 degrees, but it appears to be much larger. There must have been issues with the dies releasing because of how much lettering is on each wrench, and they had to increase the draft angle to almost the allowable maximum. Sorry I don't have any heavy-duty projects to test these on at the moment, but I did have these leveling feet on a table that I built that needed to be adjusted slightly. I was really surprised at how easily it was to turn these with the Stahlwille wrenches, considering there is several hundred pounds on this table. I think the lower weight and the extra length of the wrenches really helps for these large fasteners. I remember using an adjustable wrench on these before and it took significantly more force. If you're in need of a high-quality metric open-end spanner set, then this is definitely something you should consider getting. Well, that wraps up the review of the Stahlwille 10/8 8-piece wrench set. Check out the link in the description below to the full review, including additional high-resolution photos. If you like this video, subscribe for more reviews of German brand tools.